Hi, Sag. This is your homework family reading for June 1st through the 15th. And, well, let's start off with getting some light in here. Bringing some light from my Earth Goddess candle. Make sure it's helping us all out here. This is for all Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Sagittariuses for June 1st through the 15th. First off, very first thing Spirit pointed out when I started picking up my notes and I asked who we were doing the reading for is I've right here at the platform as you come into June 1st, right around that time, because that's typically the energy that they're giving me from Spirit when I first go into what the reading is. Spirit's giving me the energy of that platform right as you start that time frame. And I'm being told that some of you are having problems with fear speaking your truth, or speaking your truth of or with authority. I'm also being told that you are having doubt over your material and your physical path. You're having tension within it. And that's because you're not actually taking action. You're sitting there questioning it or thinking about it and observing it and trying to make decisions, but instead of actually doing something, you're stalling in a form. Maybe you're not doing it on purpose, but what I'm being told is that it is something you are doing and that you need to take action on what it is that you desire if you wish for it to come true. You can't just think about it and hope that it will happen. You have to actually go out and do something about it. And let me find. I am also being told some of the situations you may be going through is, you like to do everything yourself. And you find it hard to accept help. But it's important for you to accept help. It's important for you to accept it as well as ask for it, as well as you deserve it. You may be trying to go at things too fast at your own pace, but you want to push to receive, and even though you're trying to push your way through and make it happen your way, that doesn't necessarily mean it will happen that way. You're trying too fast to make things happen, as well as you're trying to over-empower your intuition. And you may be having father issues or male issues from another important male, or even maybe the lack of that important male in your life, maybe coming up and showing themselves, which makes sense with, the rules, walls, and boundaries situation that's going on in Capricorn. It brings out masculine energies or masculine situations that need to be resolved in general. But your best thing you can do is to slow down, ask for help, and being willing to learn and take new ways and try new creativity. I'm also being told there's some frustration, maybe even possibly anger, maybe a mixture of the two, and it is coming. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I have a million notes to remind me of all the different things Spirit's taught me because I can't keep up with them all. The way I explain it a lot, the way the Spirit works through me is they hurt specific parts of my body so that I can understand what I'm supposed to feel. It's just how that it works for me. And then once I say it, usually the pain, it goes away. And it's just, like I said, so that I'm saying the right thing. What I'm being given is some frustration and anger situations that's coming from the heart or from the heart chakra, and issues or blocks within the heart and the heart chakra. But and it explains why Fear was saying right off the bat that it has to do with it also has to do with the solar plexus, finding your power. You're having problems with finding your power. It's in between this situation. What I was going to say is there's something with the heart chakra, and the lack of trust or forgiveness or compassion or overdoing of them, of any of those three, within the heart chakra. And there's an issue with the outer community, the community around you, and it's causing frustration and anger in situations in some way. But the key here is that you need to understand, if you work on your heart chakra, that's fine. It's always good to work on your heart chakra, but you need to also be working on your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is where you find your power and your will come together. It helps you regain your power back, is what I'm being told. And yeah, it's just, I'm definitely getting situation of frustrations that are coming up for you right there at the beginning of June. Like I said, this is for June 1st through the 15th. Now, before I get into the cards, that is just a beginning. It's not saying that you're not going to work your way through it. That's just what I'm being given. I'm being reminded to understand your solar plexus is the I can. You know, when you think of the different parts of yourself, the solar plexus is your power, it is your energy, it is your self-esteem. It is reminding you you can, and you have the ability to do anything. But it seems like you're doubting your path. I don't know if it's necessarily spiritually, but with the solar plexus, it seems like it's physical and spiritually. And because of it, it's holding you back. I don't feel that you're necessarily stagnant. I feel like you're blocking yourself with lack of belief in yourself in some way. And because of that, and you're questioning yourself, you're taking, it into a frustration, and it's something that you're dealing with the outer community, at least for those who I'm connecting with right now. And it is causing this problem with all this frustration, that you're carrying within you, and you're not able to let it go, but it's actually blocking you from coming into your power of I can. And as long as you sit on it, it'll make things worse, because you're not trusting in yourself. You're letting other people's communication dominate you, is what I'm being told. And because of that, it's other people's communication or other people's thinking, and maybe you're letting their thinking kind of creep into your thinking, and it's standing in the way of expressing your self-truth as true as you could be, or your self-expression just in general about what you are, and what you're about, what you desire. So basically, I'm feeling it's solar plexus, heart, and the throat is your main chakras that you'll be working with, trying to heal or unblock as you enter June 1st through the 15th, basically. Now, if I get into astrology, I'm just going to name these off to you. You have the new moon coming in on the 3rd. It'll be moving into Gemini, which I'll get back to that in a minute. Mercury will be moving into Cancer on the 4th. Venus will be moving also into Gemini on the 8th. Now, I'm going out just a little bit further because Neptune is about to go retrograde. Now, Neptune's been a Pisces forever, it seems like. But whenever a planet, really slow moving planet, goes retrograde, it definitely starts its communication inwardly and through the shadow early. Because that explains it. Because before, they were reminding me to make sure that I'm bringing up that it's important that people start to realize, even this early out in the beginning of June, that Neptune will be going retrograde, I think, on the 21st. And that means it's going to be in shadow. So that your inner magic is kind of sifting through its darkness before it turns inwardly and starts communicating with you. It's picking apart things that it's going to try to start working on and help you heal once it goes retrograde. But prior to that, as it shifts and turns, your inner magic, your inner nostalgia, your inner how you create because of that magic. And it's also on the universal level, that's our 12th house. So it is getting into some skeletons and some nostalgia that's been left behind. And are you telling yourself that it's better than it was when you know that it wasn't quite as good? And you trying to look back with it with a positive attitude and tell yourself maybe it was better than it was. You and only you know at what your Neptune can create. Your Neptune is where your magic is. Neptune is where fantasy smacks you in the face with harsh fucking reality. And that's kind of what the shadow energy is going to be doing in that Pisces energy. Because what they're giving me smells like fish. We'll just leave it at that. So it explains why, because they want me definitely to bring that in. Even though this is only from the 1st through the 15th, is understand that that is a shadow that's still coming in. Now, for you Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus is what this is about. But when I hit the astrology, I am doing it from a Sagittarius universal standpoint. So if we look at where the new moon will be, it'll be in Gemini. For you, that is your... that's your 7th house. So it's going to be in your relationship zone. That new moon. So there's a good chance, maybe not right at the new moon on the 3rd. I mean, you may have new relationships starting. It is in your relationship zone. But if it's not relationships, it may be coming into a new healthy relationship with yourself. It may also be coming into new goals, new directions that are building new relationships, even if they're not, like a partnership or a spouse or someone you're dating. It may be a different form of a relationship that's coming in. But relationships typically are like business partners in general, marriages, contracts, relationships. They also deal with divorce, lawsuits. They can even deal with enemies, honestly. I mean, if it's an enemy, it's still a relationship you have with a foe. Relationships, though, are anything you care about. So, I say all the time, if you have no money, you know about your relationship with no money. Okay, so anything that you care about, you're going to be realizing at that new moon, there's a new chance. Maybe not right there at the new moon on the 3rd, but there's going to be a new chance for the new moon to start illuminating a new direction, a new path, a new something. And that's going to be taking place again in your relationship zone. And the sun is going to be there. I'm trying to hold my astrology paper. I keep it in my other phone. All correct so I can make sure that I'm giving you this information correct. Now, you also are going to have, like I said, Mercury is going to be moving into Cancer, coming up on Mars and the North Node. And that is... that's your 8th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going from your relationships in general and building these new goals, these new directions, these new whatever within that relationship. But it's also going to be checking the responsibilities of those relationships. What are the rules to the relationships you're going to be noticing? What are the joint situations within the relationship or finances within the relationship? What is the regeneration to the relationship? It deals with, taxes and bills. It also deals with child support because it's a responsibility, or custody. It is a responsibility within those relationships dealing with the children. It also is sex. It falls in the responsibility of it. And you have the Mars coming in. So you're getting a new look at new relationships and how to start over. But like I said, don't forget, Neptune is in shadow. So this is not a time to redo something from the past. because it will really backfire on you. This is a time to learn from the past. This is a time to realize where what you thought worked for you all these different times, you start to really see where it didn't and really shift those directions, especially within those relationships and the responsibilities of those relationships. There needs to be a meet in the middle. Yeah, that's basically what I'm being given. You need to meet in the middle. It's not just about your way. It is about meeting in the middle and honoring the responsibilities to those relationships. Now you also have Venus that's going to be moving in on the 8th, even though you have the new moon on the 3rd. You had Mercury move into Cancer, which was your relationships responsibility house. Then we're going to go right back to the 7th house, which is your relationships, and on the 8th Venus moves in here. So you're going to have the sun illuminating the sensitivity of what you need to learn in those relationships, and it's definitely going to heighten the relationships in some way or another. It depends on you and where you're taking your life and how you're actually dealing with your responsibilities soulfully as to if that's good or bad. Because Venus is not love. She has the ability to create love. Like I said, you just had a new moon. So it is a glorious time to be able to create love. But that does not mean that that's it. It could be a relationship with yourself or a partnership in some other way. Venus is sensitivity. Venus speaks to us of the depths of our sensitivity. Kind of like the moon, but a little bit different. The moon adds the intuition in. Venus does not. She wants to speak to you about how you can charm your way into getting what you want within those relationships and use that sun to shine and illuminate you in a proper way to be charming and get what you want. And that's nothing wrong with that. But Venus is also sensitive in the negative. If you're in the negative, she is your sensitivities emotionally, mentally, soulfully, spiritually, physically. I mean, if you hurt yourself, the pain you feel is Venus. When you feel all ooey gooey, soft and chewy, and things are wonderful and yay, that's Venus. The sensitivity is her. So she's telling you what you like and what you don't like and why you like it and why you don't like it. And in the relationships, she's definitely bringing up the sensitivities, and listen to what she's trying to teach you and what the sun is trying to illuminate, because it can be something that's moving you forward and healing. But it all depends on if you're gonna stick with your own roots, your own truth, and try something new. Because like I said, Pisces, Neptune is in shadow. Don't be building from a nostalgic idea. If you're building from a nostalgic idea, it will backfire. Now, what else do I see for Saggy? First off, let me turn it the right way. Most of the information that you're going to be feeling outside of that is going to be taking place mainly on your descendant side. So this, like I said, this is mainly dealing with things you've already been through. You've already gotten good at, and maybe gotten so good at it that it don't serve you anymore. This is going to be mainly taking place from actually your second house. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth house. So this is from your self-worth right up to the relationships responsibilities. So you're mainly, and Spirit just said it's going to have a lot to do with home as well. But your second house is your possessions, those small things of how you build and create and spend your money. It's your small possessions, but it's your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. It's your clothing, your furniture. It's like your cell phones. It's the things that are movable property that you care a lot about, as well as money. But because Venus also rules money, so she is going to be, like I said, she's bringing that energy to the charming energy, but she's also bringing financial energy into that 7th house, which can financially helps make things a little more stable. But you're going to be noticing from that 2nd house of your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, the relationships you have with your siblings, your communication skills. Sag, I love you guys, but you guys kind of suck at communication. You do. You guys are just, you're so on the move that you kind of forget to let anybody else know anything about you. Nothing, I don't mean anything bad. I call Sagittarius Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider. I mean, you're all about, I want to learn, and I want to know, and I want to experience, and I want to try, and let me go, and can we do now? And you've already moved off, like galloped on a horse and went off, and everybody else is going, what the hell is that about? And you just off and running, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in communication skills, you're gonna find that some of that might come up, throughout this time. But I am being told that it is going to be dealing also with family, the karmic home of who and what you are, healing situations with that, but also healing situations within the family itself. It's your family roots, your family foundations, your personal foundations that you find of how you create proper roots. It is your inner emotional security. It is how you rebirth your karmic lessons into new roots. Okay? You're going to be experiencing a lot of that, Spirit is saying. It's in a form, it can be finding the true, real self and finding a reincarnation within it. It is also your children, your creativity, your pursuit of pleasure. It is lovers. It is personal interests. It is sports hobbies. Like I said, a lot of this is dealing with the outer community and where you're frustrated in it and the things that have to change. But the responsibilities to those relationships, the communication to those relationships, and to, what are the rules within those relationships? Do they need to be redefined? You might be noticing that. So a lot of that is going to be what you're experiencing on an astrological level. Let me hit my tarot cards so I can ask what they have to say about the platform right when you come into June. I'm being told again that it has something to do with, it's definitely a physical growth. It's a physical growth all the way around. And it's helping you to come past the stress of carrying all the weight on your shoulders, the weight of the world on your shoulders, and thinking you have to, which is breaking your heart, and how you deal with the outer community while you're going through all of that. I am first being given for you, for right at the 1st of June, justice. It may be speaking to you of a Libra of significance, but justice is also growth. This is balancing the scales. What was I just saying? You're kind of balancing the scales, and you're really evaluating things and making a change. I am being given green energy here, which for me is growth, and it's also spiritual growth. But like I said, it is a balance. It is a justice. Something is coming in your favor. Something is weighing and being evaluated, calm and stability, but something is weighing in your favor. So this is a good thing. And it may be dealing with Libra. Also, Libra also stands for the universal 7th house, which is the relationships. So, just saying. I'm also being given the Princess of Wands. This is the energy you should be feeling right as you come into June 1st through the 15th. The Princess of Wands is earth and fire energy. It is fierce, courage of heart, courage of the soul. This is telling you, Sagittariuses are very courageous. You got firepower, but you're also, out of the 3 kinds of signs, you're the final step. You're like, I'm ready to put it all together and make it happen. Problem is, you forget to put it all together because you're off and going. This is what I'm trying to get at. So, I'm being given, find some tranquility within the situation. Find some courage within the situation. Trust your heart and soul and follow it. Chase what it is you really desire. This is talking to you about self-reliance, believing in yourself. This is what they were saying right off the bat. This is about you coming into your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, and trusting in yourself and being confident about the decisions that you wish to make, because something is weighing in your favor if you have the courage to go after it. Is there anything else? Also, the Seven of Swords. Because if not, if you don't go after it, you're going to be feeling the Seven of Swords. You can easily self-sabotage yourself because you don't trust yourself. Okay? This is trying to run forward while you're looking backwards, trying to hold all of these swords, with just bare hands. They're falling out of your hands, they're cutting you, you're all over the place. You gotta slow down, son, or ma'am, or whatever. I say that aloud. I'm like, you gotta slow down, son, when I'm talking to people. It could be misguided ideas because you're on the go. You're on the go. You're weighed down. You're trying to keep up. You're trying to do all this. What you're not connecting to is the soul and the desire of what you want. Sorry. The soul and desire of what you want, because you're not actually slowing down for justice. This is what I'm being given for the beginning. As you come into this energy, it's time to slow down. It's time to stop carrying the weight of everybody. Juggling, it's a juggling act, is what I'm being told. You gotta stop being the juggler and having the juggling act. This may also deal with Aquarius energy. And it's the moon, which automatically is going to relate me also to Cancer. So an Aquarius or a Cancer may be also, significantly making you feel like you have to be that juggler and you're all over the place. Then you have other fire signs and other earth signs, that could be on the board talking to you as well. Leo, Aries, another Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn. Who am I missing? Virgo. So this is about stop being ruled by everybody else, stop being pushed around, stop self-sabotaging yourself because you can't keep up. Figure out what it is that you desire, and then figure out what the balance is. Or vice versa, find the balance and figure out how to get what you desire out of it. That is what I'm being told right from the beginning. Stop trying to solve everything and hold all of the power. If you not even the power, if you're holding all of the weight on your shoulders, then how are you ever going to... Your heart was not meant to be heavy. Your heart's not meant to be heavy. And when you're heavy, you get weighed down, your manifestation gets weighed down, and it goes awry. It doesn't go the way you want. You're fighting. You're going against the grain. So slow down. Give yourself the respect you desire. Respect you need. Respect you need. The love you desire for yourself first. And then figure out what your desires are within your relationships and everything going on in your outer community. And have courage and go after exactly what you want. And know how to say no. As we come off the platform, what energy can Sag Virgo? Virgo is, I like to call Virgo our lie detector. What was I just saying? Virgo is our lie detector. It is the organizer. It has to do with, finding justice, balancing the scales. Virgo is the lie detector. It is... I call it the lie detector because it sees through everything. It's the organizer. It's the troubleshooter. You're going to be still doing that some this month, but try to do it in a way that's serving you, not sabotaging you by doing it for everybody else. Do what you need to do for you and know when to tell people no. so that you can organize healthy for yourself, as well as Virgo is the virgin. She doesn't know how to go from A to D. She has to do A, B, C, D. She has to do everything the right way. That's what the virgin's about. And learning everything for exactly what it is. It's just the way that Virgo is. I mean, it's also about your diet, your health care, taking care of yourself and your daily tasks. It is very much an energy that you've been in, but you need to learn to control that energy. Controlling that energy will change everything, because if you're controlling it so it's serving you, and you know when you have to say, no, man, I can't do that, I need some time for myself, then it should start helping you. What else does Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus need to know, as the energies that are coming in at them? What do they need to understand? Help them understand to make it through this month of June 1st through the 15th. What kind of energy is coming in at them that they need to comprehend? I'm being told, even before this says anything, it's that water energy that's... You're also getting water energy and changing your rules, walls, and boundaries. Spirit directly gives me water energy, which is a healing. But water is funny. Water can be healing. It can be like dripping from a sink. Just drip, 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 just a little bit. Or it can flow like a tsunami. So this is what I'm saying is you got water energy coming in at you, emotional sensitivity, and you can turn it into healing, or you can let it rule you. Capricorn is saying, in order for you to make it possible, set the rules, walls, and boundaries. Set proper ones. Realize the ones that you have, most likely, at least some of them, are out of place and they need to be shifted and changed. Is there anything else? Because I'm about to turn to the next deck. Anything else for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sagittarius is for June 1st through the 15th. I feel you, and I'm about to give up on you unless you throw yourself out. Sometimes you just gotta talk through the deck. I'm not being mean. I don't mean to be rude. Are you not wanting to come out, or you can't decide? I'm not feeling you in the right spot, so I can't yank you. I don't like to reach in there and just yank. We have typically a good way of communicating. You throw yourself out for me. I'm sorry, I'm a Leo. I want things my way. Fire. Find your fire. Find your power. Find your passion, your action, your aggression. Like I said, you have Mercury moving in closer to Mars, which is a fire energy, in the relationship zone of what those rules are. It's time to reset the rules. Reset them so they serve you. Because you're being given Neptune. What did I just say? I was seeing water in the energy. If you don't reset the firepower, the Neptune will begin again. Because it will be in shadow, and it will start to begin again on another bad... You'll go right back down a road that you've been down before that didn't serve you, basically, is what I'm being told. So you've got to figure out what those new rules within your relationships are and reset them. Is there anything? Okay. Right off the bat, again, it is the Seven of Discs, which would be the Seven of Pentacles. You have to overcome your fear. You have to understand that that this is Saturn energy as well. This is fear factory of failure. You have to get out of worrying about being good enough or failing or not, like I said, being good at something. The failure is just a fear, and you already fail. if you don't try. You already fail if you don't speak up and go after what you want. Because if you don't say what you want, we're not mind readers here. Some of us are soul readers, but not necessarily mind readers. Okay, this is what I'm saying. You're having a fear of failure. It is you're limited. You're stuck in a limited mindset. And because of that, it's a fear of failure. You have to get out of that mindset, is what they're saying right off the bat. Throughout the rest of this month, that's one of the things you need to be focusing on, is getting out of the mindset of failure and it's not working for you. Okay, I'm not taking that. If that's what it's meant to be, you need to flip over again. This can be a completion of a cycle. This is a Four of Wands. So this is standing in your firepower. This is you, Sagittarius, coming into your fire. This is Venus in Aries. This is a brand new beginning, a brand new start. Like I said, you have a new moon taking place in your relationship zone. So this is gratification. This is satisfaction that could come forward. That could come forward in a brand new beginnings, new directions, new goals, new starts. All kinds of new situations can be starting. Maybe not happen like that, like right at the third, when you have the new moon. It may be something that you're starting to build. But if you stay in the same mindset and have the same fear of failures, then you're never going to see that, is what they're warning you. Is there anything else from this deck? Well, just fly across the room. I'm not taking that. If you want that to come back out, you're just going to have to flip it back over. I'm sorry, I fight with the deck often. I want higher cards. I want them to lead us in a more positive way and help us find the highest vibration. And when I think it's low, I want the readings to start with the lowest vibrations possible, and help us move our way up and out of those situations so that we can come into healthier lives. And by letting us know where, we're negative, but we have to move out of that and come into higher positions. If you keep working with the things that they're telling you and you stay on that higher vibration, this is the Six of Pentacles, Six of Discs. So this can bring successful energy to you. It is also Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus could be on the board. It could be financial shifts. It could be commitment shifts. It could bring prosperity. But this is dealing with Saturn, it's dealing with Jupiter, it's dealing with Venus, it's dealing with the moon, it's dealing with Mars. These are all of your planets that you have going on right now. I mean, Saturn is for everybody right now with rules, laws, and boundary. You are ruled by Jupiter, which is in retrograde. It's trying to give you blessings if you go after them and pick up the abundance that it's dropping in your lap. The higher knowledge is dropping in your lap of things that you didn't quite get right earlier, and it's trying to give you that chance because you're ruled by it. And Venus is coming in, like I said, to your relationship zone. Moon is going to be having its new moon. Mercury is moving into the relationship zone and what it's responsible for. Mars is already there. So this is already everything that you have. You have everything in front of you. You have everything in front of you and all the tools to create what you want. If you'll change that lower vibrational frequency of how you think. That's really what this is coming down to. Anything else? No, no, and no. But I'll take you. Ace of Swords. What did I just say? This is saying for you, for a new insight, a new clarity, a new perspective. This is a new way of thinking, a fresh, new, healthy clarity coming in. A new way of thinking. It is also cut away. This is in Hebrew. This is speaking to you of cutting away what doesn't nourish you. Cutting the cords. Cutting away what doesn't nourish you. I mean, I can't get more blunt because they're pretty much getting as blunt as they can with you. Thank you, Spirit. And let's leave them with something that's high vibrational until they come back on the 15th, from the 15th through the 31st. So what is something that will help them continue to go in the right direction for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For Saggy, how can you end this reading today? What's a high vibrational situation for them? Caution. There is no truth behind this farce. Be wary of smoking mirrors. Look closely at the illusions. They will soon melt away and reveal the sanctuary where only the truth can remain. So, like I said, if you're standing in your truth, but this is saying the masks are coming off and the truth is showing itself. Are you really paying attention so that you can make proper changes? Okay, that's like 5 of you. Worthwhile. Life is not about being taught a lesson for getting something wrong. It is about having an experience that adds riches to your life. And I think that's a perfect ending for you. I love you guys, and I hope to see you come back. And if you enjoy, please subscribe. And if you're looking for your own personal readings, there will be comments in the bottom with a link provided so you can get it right to my website. I love you. Much love. Hugs and kisses in the wind. And check in for the 15th through the 30th or the 31st of June. Bye.